If possible, avoid all influences that darken your consciousness. Every day we think and do so much that is neither meaningful nor helpful for our own development, nor for anyone else's. A large proportion of our feelings and thoughts pale into insignificance just as spilt oil seeps into sand. Purify your thoughts and feelings by reading inspirational and spiritual books, and by keeping company with people who talk about the divine and truth. Any books or discussions that broaden your knowledge and awaken your longing for God are valuable. But bogus teachings and bad company can divert you from your path and lead you astray. The wisdom that we read or hear from others is valuable and definitely beneficial, but we can only attain realization through our own practice, experience, and meditation. A painted apple does not satisfy our hunger, and reading recipes does not produce a meal. Albert Einstein very aptly said, "A gram of practice has more value than a ton of theory." And equally, yogis have always thought, Yoga karma shukosham shalam, which in Sanskrit means yoga becomes successful through action. Yoga not merely referring to a health and wellness activity of our body, but a scientific union with the ultimate. Give whatever you are able to give, and ensure that your existence is always helpful for others. Repeat the names of the divine, your mantra, and perform all your actions in the name of the divine. When you stay connected to the Atma, the self in your heart, the divine source of love within you never dries up, and your inner power never peters out. Mantra Shakti, the power that lies within our words, is an important power that we can discover and awaken in the Anahata Chakra. It attains perfection in Ajapa Japa, the spontaneous, constant flow of the mantra. In Ajapa Japa, the mantra runs at all times, whether you are awake or asleep, without conscious repetition or mental recollection. Through this, we are able to establish an uninterrupted connection with the divine. Repeat your mantra until you feel the divine in your heart permanently. This allows your love for the divine to grow even more, and through your love for the divine, the yearning to see God is aroused, until ultimately this longing finds fulfillment in union with Him. Sri Mahaprabhuji wrote about Ajapa Japa in a bhajan, in a devotional song. Ajapa is the most excellent mantra. Sing Soham and realize Satchit Ananda in your heart. Through Ajapa, the Andhakaranas are completely purified. On the day you no longer need to practice Ajapa, you are victorious. The Andhakaranas are the inner faculties of cognition, which include the manas, the mind, the buddhi, the intellect, the ahankara, the ego, and citta, the consciousness. A story from the Ramayana makes it clear about what the perfection of Ajapa means. By the way, Japa literally means repetition. Ajapa Japa invokes a kind of repetitionless repetition, where you've transcended a state of needing to consciously direct your mind back to your mantra. It is constantly singing, in your heart. And the Ramayana is a very ancient story, said to have taken place in another age of humanity. It is about the journey, the yana of the heroine, Rama, who is revered as an avadhara, a descension of the divine. When Rama had freed his wife, Sita, from the power of the demon king, Ravana, they were joyfully reunited and returned to Ayodhya. Hanuman, the leader of the monkey army, also returned with them and stayed in the royal palace. At one stage, Rama became aware that Sita was jealous of Hanuman because, instead of devoting his attention to her, Rama only had eyes for Hanuman. Hurting, Sita thought that Rama was so fascinated by Hanuman that he noticed no one else. Lord Rama understood her thoughts, and instead of answering her, he bent forward and pulled a hair from Hanuman's body. He then held it to Sita's ear, and she heard the mantra, Ram, 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 resounding constantly from the hair of Hanuman. Then Rama said, "Do you understand now? It is not me who turns towards him, but he who constantly pulls me towards him." Ajapa Japa penetrates body, mind, and soul, so that every cell of the body and every stirring of the mind are filled with the sound of the mantra. It is also reported that Hanuman, to ensure his Ajapa Japa was never interrupted even momentarily, he would click Ram, Ram, Ram with his fingers when he needed to yawn. Even today in India, one can still observe people such as Brahmins and Pandits clicking their thumb and forefinger whilst yawning. This means that their mantra is consciously repeated in all situations. How is it possible to recognize whether one has already realized a japa within oneself? There is one infallible indicator: the attainment of Sankalpa Shakti, which means the power of wish fulfillment. Also, we may refer back to the chapter on the Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra. Sankalpa Shakti indicates the perfection of Icha Shakti, willpower. Through this siddhi, this miraculous power, we are capable of generating such a strong energy with our thoughts and wishes that they are able to be realized within a short period of time. What Sankalpa Shakti is capable of is illustrated in the following story, which we'll read next time. For now, I'll just wet your whistle with what we've read thus far. So thank you for listening, and we'll pause our reading there for now. Namaste.